Hey, look at everybody. I wanted to respond a little bit, and although, yeah, I'm a little guy, I'm a little channel. I've got 35 subscribers, which I'm so grateful for. But I wanted to respond to some stuff coming out about that from Medal of Honor winner Dakota Meyer said about guys playing Tacticool. Guys who've never served going out and to the ranges, dressed up completely tactical, all this kind of stuff. And since I've left the Army, which is almost 25 years ago, and I gotten into shooting, tactical shooting and this kind of stuff, I've taken a lot of courses here in Switzerland, including the NTTC and the TAI courses, and I've taught courses, taught classes. I just find it, okay, whatever. People are going to do what they want to do. It's good for the business actually side of it that you're selling body armor and helmets and all this kind of stuff. I'm not so much into the tactical shooting side anymore. It sort of got old with me. I just want to do something else, and I got more into the bushcraft and camping side. But I see the same thing in the bushcraft community too. I see a lot of guys showing up making videos. And I'm glad that they're making these videos and they're showing products, this kind of stuff. But when you look at a lot of what they use, it just seems like it's, backyard bushcrafting. It's like right in their backyard. They never take this stuff out, or they go out and, make a little fire in their backyard and they use this stuff, if they use it at all. I mean, you see knives that are so clean and so perfect, as if they just came out of the box, or they keep them in a glass case at home, including their packs. That kind of stuff. I mean, I've been using the same pack, a Monroe pack, and for more than 15 years. I haven't changed, and I'll same with my UDC pack, everyday carry pack. I keep it with me, or I keep it on the car. It's a Camelback pack, which I ripped out the Camelback system because I don't like it. The sucking on a tube of water, it seems to heat up all the time. I'd rather carry a canteen or something like that with me. And yeah, it's a little bit funny for those of us who practice combat shooting, or who have practiced combat shooting, or who have served in the military, and who go out these ranges and you see these guys show up and they are, they're their 511 pants and their Hawaiian shirts, and their or all black, with all their Gucci gear on, and it's they pull it out and they shoot. But it's the thing, though, they're actually promoting shooting. At least they're learning, or they're wanting to learn to safely conduct themselves shooting, and that's also very important to push the Second Amendment and to push shooting, And same with outdoor education, with bushcraft, this kind of stuff. It's important to do that. I remember back when I was in the Army, to go to the bushcraft side, the outdoor education side. I had taken when I was stationed at Fort Bragg, I had taken an outdoor education class with Fayetteville Technical Community College, and I'd already taken several history classes with them, and I loved how at university, I loved the process, and I want to take this. I had this this opportunity to take this class, and for me, although I was paying for it in another way, it was basically tuition paid by the military. So it was a Saturday course, 4 hours every Saturday for 3 months or however long it was. It was I don't remember the time schedule, but we showed up the first day, and I was the only person there with any kind of outdoor experience, and it was humbling in a certain way that that to find out there's more people who want to get this experience, and that was really reassuring, and I was happy to see that. But we get there, and it's a park ranger from the local state forest or whatever that's there, Park Service is there, and he's one gonna give the class, and we had the syllabus, this kind of stuff, and we arrived the first day, and he's like, hey, let's get the class going. But anyway, I'll get to that story another time because it's actually a pretty funny story. But anyway, getting back to combat shooting and stuff and the bushcraft community. Look, I'm glad to see people out there practicing safe shooting or wanting to learn safe shooting, because you see a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of things coming out of people who are just practicing a lot of unsafe stuff. I mean, it's like going from zero to hero all in one video, one class, you know. And in reality, you need to learn those fundamentals. You need to learn the basics. You need to understand the 4 rules. And the 4 rules, how I learned them, you know, here in Switzerland, was basically all weapons are considered loaded. Never put your finger on the trigger. Always confirm your target, and never point your weapon in a direction you don't intend to shoot it. You know, so you do those 4 fundamentals with any kind of handgun or weapon system. You know, even your camera, you know, you won't have any problems, you know. And a lot of people, I hadn't been shooting for a very long time, and I was invited to go shooting a couple of months ago, and I took the opportunity with shooting, you know, and I enjoyed myself, but I got bored very quickly after about 4 hours. I went in and I did my fundamentals. I did, you know, I got warmed up doing the basic stuff that I like to do. And then, you know, I and did some other practice, you know, shooting up to 20 meters, even not more, and this kind of stuff. And then some other things along top of it. But I was with some guys who never shot before, and I was with somebody who has shot but never served before a day of their life. And he looked like a member of the SWAT team, you know, and had body armor, the whole works, you know, with him. And I thought, and lots of rifles and lots of ammo and all this kind of stuff. And it felt a little bit, you know, I'm glad there's people out there who do that, you know, who are investing into these kind of things, because businesses need that investment, especially the tactical community. But also, but at least they're learning, you know, and of course everybody showed safe tendencies on the range, you know. But yeah, it is a little bit funny to see people. So if I see somebody out doing it, I mean, okay, whatever, you know. Everybody's their own thing. It's not bothering me. If I see them out there acting a fool, though, it's a completely different ball game. And that's with anybody, you know. Everybody's a range safety officer when it comes to the safety of everybody else shooting and this kind of stuff. So you tend to want to get involved with that, but and you need to get involved with that to tell people, say, hey, listen, you know, even in the shop with a blue gun, I remember, you know, it felt weird. Somebody would take the blue gun and they'd be waving like it's right here, put their finger on the trigger. You knew immediately they had no concept or idea about it, about you know, weapon safety, this kind of stuff. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to sell guns actually because of that. But anyway, getting back to we need people. So Dakota, I understand where you're coming from, and I completely respect you as a former member of the military, and I thank you for you know, all that you have done and you continue to do. Are you wrong about this? I don't think you're wrong. I think you're just frustrated. I think you see what you've seen. I've come out and said things I probably shouldn't have said to the bushcraft community before, and of course people don't necessarily like being critiqued. You're in the military, you've been critiqued, and you handle it completely different, because you look at life as, you know, you got to learn, you know, and failure, although you may fail an activity, you've only really failed it if you haven't learned from it, you know, and you can't make better. So I understand that. Now, Grand Thumb, whom I love watching his program, and he's a veteran also, and an officer in the Air Force, and he makes some fantastic videos. I have a lot of respect for him, and yeah, he's right. He's right too. So both of you are right. But Dakota, I understand where you're coming from, and I completely respect what you're saying, and it is frustrating. But you know, it is what it is, and I think you have to look at it from the other side. You know, sure, it's frustrating to see guys dressed up and they've got zero experience. They want to. And you have people like that. I remember we had had this guy who used to come into the business I worked at in Geneva, Switzerland. I am living in Switzerland, by the way, for everybody. I've been here for 25 years, but and he used to dress like a Marine colonel, you know, a lieutenant colonel. And I said, dude, are you in the military? What are you doing? You know, I mean, and he had the complete uniform, looked like a Marine colonel, you know, posing as a Marine colonel. I said, I didn't. In my mind, I was like, WTF, you know? But at the same time, I was like, who cares? What has it done to me? This guy's a fraud. He knows he's a fraud. And anybody sees him are going to realize he's a fraud. But the problem is that he's getting away with it walking around in Switzerland, you know? Which I've never worn uniform in Switzerland. You know, I've never put my uniform on. here. I do wear a BDU jacket every once in a while with my airborne wings and all that kind of stuff on it, and combat patches, but I've never worn my rank ever, you know, and or my former rank, because now my rank is civilian, and I used to be something else, but I'm no longer a non-commissioned officer in the Army. But you know, people are going to do what they do. I've seen airsofters come in, and of course they're the ones who spend a lot of money on the Gucci gear because they have this real style, you know, of airsoft that they do. And you know, it's only when you see them on the ground running around like with their heads cut off that's really it becomes it's so obvious. But yeah, a lot of these guys, they dress and they're equipped. I mean, I've seen them, they go out and spend $5,000 on a pair of night vision goggles, you know, or whatever. I mean, they get the real stuff, you know. It's crazy, you know. But they're running around with these airsoft rifles, you know, which look like, you know, real guns, and they go out, and it's funny because they never take a knee because they don't want to get their knees dirty, you know, their uniform dirty. They don't go out on a rainy day, you know, I should say. But yeah, it's a bit funny. I've done airsoft before. I think it's interesting. It actually can be used to do a lot of things with it. But anyway, listen, I'll come back to you guys again on another video another time, and I want to thank all of you, and I look forward to getting back with you again. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk soon. Bye.